and welcome to this edition of Generals on Deck, presented by West Tennessee Motor Coach. I'm Brandon Liebhaber. This is Chris Kleinhans-Schulz. We are your radio broadcasters for the Jackson Generals. Jackson looking for their first series victory of 2015 tonight, Chris. The Generals have won each of the first two games of this series against Tennessee thanks to some clutch offense.
Come from behind victories to start off this series, trailing 1-0 for most of Monday's game before winning it 7-1, and then last time out coming back from a late 3-1 deficit for a 5-3 win. And there's been a little bit of help from the Smokies defense as well, but for the most part, the Generals just doing a good job of getting the ball in play and making the most of their opportunities.
They've had a couple big eighth innings. Last night it was Dan Paolini coming through with a two-run double, driving in his first 2 runs of the season. It's good to see him get the bat going. We know he can be a force in the middle of this lineup.
Yeah, Paolini tied with DJ Peterson for the team lead in home runs last season, but was scuffling a little bit to begin this year. That RBI double that he had in the win on Tuesday was just his 3rd hit of the season, first runs driven in of the season, and hopefully for him, that's something that can really bounce him in the right direction with some consistency moving forward.
He shaved before yesterday's game, wanted to make sure that he changed things up because he struggled early on in the season, so I think we'll see a clean-shaven Dan Paolini for the foreseeable future. Moving to the mound, Jackson has gotten some fantastic outings out of their bullpen this year. The relievers have an ERA just a shade over 3, and last night it was the same 2 pitchers that combined for the win on opening night in Jacksonville, James Gilheany and Matt Anderson, shutting down Tennessee over the final 3 1/3 innings.
Yeah, that bullpen's done a great job. All the Generals' wins have actually been accrued by that bullpen. Anderson is yet to allow a run this season as well, and he's turned into a pretty nice closing option for this Generals team. He's already saved a couple games this season, and hopefully as we go along, maybe a few more.
Jackson enters this contest with a 4-6 record opposite Tennessee, who is 6-5 going into the 3rd of this 5-game series. We've got a couple great promotions going on in the next couple of days. This series between Tennessee and Jackson runs through Friday, Chris.
And coming up for Thursday's game, of course, Dollar Thursday, general admission tickets, hot dogs, popcorn, beer, and also Pepsi products, just $1 each. And then Denny's Free Cash Friday, depending on what kind of things are tagged for certain innings and whether or not you're a contestant, you have a chance to possibly win a cash prize and leave with your wallet just a little bit fatter.
We're looking forward to it. Final 3 games of this series before the Generals travel to Montgomery on Saturday to begin a 5-game series against the Biscuits. The first between these 2 teams this season, and the first in the same division as Montgomery is now in the north. But first, we've got to get through this series against Tennessee. As always, you can listen to us on the TJ Network, AM 1390, FM 94.1, and 94.3 here in Jackson. You can listen to tonight's broadcast and pretty much every game 15 minutes prior to first pitch with the Jackson Generals pregame show protected by the Tennessee Army National Guard. Jackson goes for a series win, its first of 2015 tonight. For Chris Kleinhans-Schulz, I'm Brandon Liebhaber. Have a fantastic night, everyone, and go Generals.